Our social media superstars today are strong women, and our next guest set aside her career as an attorney to pursue her passion of fashion. That decision has literally paid off with Katy Perry and L'Oreal deals. Please welcome Chicago digital influencer Blake Von D. Hi, Blake. How are you?
Good, I'm good. How are you?
Thank you. Well, we know that you call Chicago home now, but you were born and raised in Macon, Georgia.
I was.
And were you always into fashion your whole life?
No, actually. I've always been into art. And for me, fashion is just another expression of art. To me, it's like putting together a picture or creating a picture. And so I've always been into art, but not really fashion. I didn't really consider myself a fashion girl at all. I started my blog, and it was really just about my life. And at the time, I was really into thrifting because that's what I could afford. And people were just always like, well, where'd you get that? Or why did you put that together that way? And it just sort of evolved into a fashion space.
Okay, so where does you went to Spelman.
I did.
So where does the attorney part come in? At some point you decided you wanted to be an attorney. What kind of law were you practicing or wanted to practice?
Oh gosh, my whole life is like a winding road. I wanted to be a public defender.
Okay.
And I did that my first semester of law school, and I spent every single day crying.
Yeah,
because
I can imagine.
It was just so emotional, and I just realized, like, I can't do this for the next 40 years of my life. But I really, again, am into art and fell in love with intellectual property and trademarks and copyright and internet law and all of that. And I just began to sort of marry that with what I was already doing in my blogging space. So it came together. It was just a long road to get there.
Right. At what point did you realize that this is a career, what you're doing right now, and how you've blossomed it? Because we're going to get into the Katy Perry and L'Oreal deals, but at some point the light bulb went off and you had to go, you know what, I'm going to switch over to this and make this thing work.
I think probably the first time someone offered to pay me for something. I was like, wait.
You're like, I can make money off of this?
This is a thing. Yeah, so yeah, I think probably the first time someone offered me like a paid job, but I started this so early on before blogging was even a word. People weren't calling it blogging at the time.
What were they calling it when you started it?
Wannabe editors. Like the connotation was not positive at the time. So I think just I got into it so early that it wasn't a career for a lot of people. But as time has changed and like the digital space has sort of evolved, it has become like a full-time job for a lot of people. So.
Exactly. And now you have had deals with Katy Perry and L'Oreal. Tell us about that. Yes, congratulations.
The Katy Perry thing was very shocking and unexpected. I got an email and they were like, Katy found you on Instagram. She loves you. She wants to use you for her new campaign. And it just, in a matter of like a week, I was in LA and shooting a campaign with Katy Perry.
No way. How does Katy Perry find somebody on, I mean, like that?
I have no idea. And do you know she has the most followed Twitter page of anybody in the world?
I did not know that.
Like the most followers of anybody in the world. And so I was like, how did she find me? And they're like,
did you ask her when you got to meet her? Did you say, well,
I was so nervous. We never got to that part. But yeah, it was very organic and just sort of came together. And I think what I loved most about that campaign is that it wasn't about followers, it wasn't about my social media, it was really just about me and my story. And I really liked that it was like about something that was true to me and not necessarily as like the numbers, because you can get caught up in that stuff sometimes.
I'm sure you can.
So I really appreciated that.
All right. Well, I want to see your look, because since we are talking about fashion and you've done some amazing things with it, what are you wearing and how do you have such a niche for putting these things together?
Okay, so I was told I just have to stand for this part.
Yes, please do.
No. So I'm just wearing, this top is from Cameo Collective, and the pants are just H&M, just had them tailored. My style, I love being a woman and being feminine, but I don't like to feel overly girly. Okay. So I tend to pair things that are both feminine and edgy, or masculine and androgynous. So that's kind of what this is. It's like you get the girly effect, but then I paired it just like with a simple track pant, just
and that look is so, that style is so in with the track pant, because they've dressed it up and you can do casual or dressy with it, right?
Yeah, yeah. I have actually bought these in I bought 2 pairs of these.
Yeah, when you like something,
one for heels and one for sneakers. So, so I do the dress up and dress down.
And how does this work? Like when you post this picture on Instagram, you tell people where they can get it, and how does it work from there?
Yeah, I tell people where they can get it. I'll often provide them with a link to shop it immediately, like from my Instagram, so they can just click and buy. and if it's sold out, I'll give them alternatives. I try to keep everything in the same price point. So try to help people recreate the look in their own way.
Right. Let's see two of the looks that you brought today.
Okay.
Come on out with the first look and tell us what we're looking at. Come on out. Okay.
So this is my friend Fanny. She is wearing just a jumpsuit. This is something that I would wear, just very simple and to the point. But again, I like to pair it with edgy or very like masculine sort of pieces, so that's where the jacket comes into play. And I like things that are sort of oversized and not really clingy and very fitted. And statement earrings are kind of the thing that I've become known for on my Instagram, and so I always throw in a fancy earring and a red lip for my looks.
Yeah, that looks great. And I love how you paired it with the white shoes. White shoes are so on trend. White shoes are so on trend. Kidding. Go ahead. You look fantastic. I love that. All right, let's see our next look. Come on out.
Oh. And Vicky is wearing some, again, another look that I would sort of gravitate towards. Very loose fitted again. I love texture and structure and things like that, and all of the movement from her top. And again, just a neutral heel because it will keep you looking long and make the eyes go from head to toe. So I don't tend to wear a lot of color despite what I'm wearing today.
Outside of red.
Yeah.
You like red, right?
Yes. But yeah, so it's a very neutral. And
yeah, the monochromatic look is endless. I mean, you can never get it
right. Can never get it wrong.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Blake Von D, and your lovely models. Make sure you check her out on Instagram. All right, coming up.
Hey, if you like that video, be sure to subscribe to our ABC7 Chicago YouTube channel.